Please sit. Good afternoon to all of you. I want you to welcome Mandira Datta. Mandira, the proper Bengali pronunciation is Mandira Datta, not Mandira Datta. She happens to be a very, very old friend of mine, 2 years senior to me from I am CAD. But it's kind of beyond that, because when I first came to Bombay in '73 and I didn't know anybody else, I think Mandira was the first person I really came to know, to the extent that see, those days by the 10th of the month I was broke. Okay, so on the 11th to the end of the month she paid. Anyway, all that personal thing apart, she is did her ICs from schooling in La Martinia in Kolkata. Did a college in Delhi with a BA in English honors. Then went to IIM Calcutta, 6th batch in 1971. Then for some time, from 1971 to 1980, she worked in a company called Home Products India Limited. The Home Products India, which is now defunct, for many, many years used to be the most important competitor that Hindustan Lever had. This Home Product had brands which some of them are, at least in racial memory terms, I mean certainly your parents will remember many of the brands. Sway, I think was one. Sway, yes. And they were the most serious competitor in Hindustan Lever. TNG, frankly, at that point in time was called, which was a Hindustan. They were minor, they were seriously minor there. 1980 odd is when the entrepreneurship bug hit Mandira. And she started on her own. She promoted a company called Chris Clear. She's going to talk about that. Then in 1994, she started a company called Mother's Touch, which she's again going to talk about. And essentially, she's going to talk about what are the things that she's learned after being a practicing entrepreneur with some degree of success and some degree of failure as well. She's a practicing yoga. She's been practicing yoga and learned from B.K. Iyengar for many years. And she's now a trained teacher. She specializes in teaching yoga for particular people with some kind of a disability or the other. And at any point in time, for example, if you wish to talk to her more about yoga itself, I'm sure offline there will be most happy for that. So I want you to welcome her. Sorry. The presentation. Chalo. इसको फुल स्क्रीन कर दें. And Mandira, don't worry about this because there are enough people, students will be happy to help you in terms of slide change and so on.
No, you said, I think I'll manage. If I need help, I'll ask her.
Yeah, Aditya, I think you need to help her to go one slide back because I think you already skipped a slide.
Oh. Stuck here. This is
escape करना है.
just press the number. doesn't go up. I need to keep this. Just sometimes I make
Is it able to have it? I think them in this one.
Well, you've heard Jayanta already telling you. You can hear me right at the back? Yes. About my background and what you're going to be getting. So, it is a tale of an entrepreneur, and I like to put it as a narration. Sometimes I will say she, because it's been a long time, okay? Since 71 I've been starting off from. And I would like you all to also be participative in this discussion that I'm going to be narrating, and tell me where we could have made some different choices, etc. This is just an exploration of the experiences that I will be narrating. So, I'm starting off. This is the title, Tale of a Failed Entrepreneur, but so far. Okay? So I haven't given up. And if I don't have this happening, it will be difficult for us to see it clearly and narrate to you the experiences to the best of my ability, as honestly as I can. It's difficult, you know, to own up to mistakes, but we'll try. I left IIM and I joined a company, as you said, Home Products Division, which was a part of the Sarabhai group of companies. You would have heard about Vikram Sarabhai, the atomic engineer. He had actually founded this detergents and soap business, and they also marketed and manufactured Max Factor cosmetics. So when I joined, there were very few women at those days, you know, working in business. And when I joined, I was given immediately a staff job. You know what's a staff job? Where there is, it's like a flat thing. And I was always the one to want to do things. A staff job was sitting behind a desk, and it seemed boring. I wasn't very great with numbers, and I always associated with market research, etc., which was not my area of interest. I was expecting to do a line job, you know, I wanted to go into marketing. And marketing those days meant only distribution. There wasn't much of product management. Yes, there was little advertising, but it hasn't developed the way it has now. Products were not available. The first thing was the products had to be available. So when I joined them, the marketing executive or marketing director, he saw my dismay, and he first offered me Max Factor, thinking that was the plum job, and I always enjoyed dressing up, as you can still see. You know, would be the man interested in Max Factor cosmetics. But to me, that was not the area, because that I knew was a subsidiary, and it was not mainline business. Okay? So then he said, all right, we are having, the company was now in the growth phase. So from 120 sales force, they were going up to 450 and ultimately 600. So he said, why don't you handle this? It was very exciting to be able to, those days we didn't travel on work as we did, and there, because I had to travel everywhere, I was flying all over the place. I mean, it was like, you know, now if you get a job and you fly all over the world, you know, it was that level of excitement. So anyway, not only that, I worked out the whole plan of how the whole India was involved. So how worked out the geographical and all the, how we will be placing people in different parts of the country. And we had regional offices in Delhi, Calcutta, Chennai, which was Madras, and Bombay. So I went there to some of them I can't see. This is little disturbing. It's because of this thing, no?
That can use the camera.
So if some of you can come here who are hidden, especially those people, it would be nice, I just saw your face, these people, you could come up front. I want to share and I want your input also. So this took time and it was successfully instituted. By that time, I got to know all the people. The regional managers were very important because they got the business. So, and right through, everybody was known to me. But I got the feeling, distinct feeling, that I said, look here, let me get trained up now into BSAs. Give me an induction into doing the sales so that I get to learn. Anyway, they gave me, I think, 2-3 weeks, but with the help of some other sales to escort me. So that was done. The sales force was set up. So we needed so many within 9 months. We needed a training. So the next thing is, why don't you make a project or a training center? So first a couple of training groups. I myself worked on the training. In the meantime, there was Beecham's, which was an agency line. Okay, with Beecham's, which made Brill Cream, also Horlicks. But Horlicks, they were distributing themselves. The toiletries, they asked us to distribute. And I would be in charge of that. There was not much work to be done, but we made sure. There, I got exposed to international sales training because Beecham's international trainers came down and trained us. So that was very exciting. So I proposed, can we have a training for these people? And I used that to great advantage. Here, when I was training, a gentleman who was head of personnel, as HR was called in those days, also helped in putting together the context factors, whereas I took care of the content. And we first 3-4, I can't remember how many sessions we took with them at different levels, the regional managers, the sales executives, up to the sales rep. No, we didn't train the sales rep. There were too many of them, mainly up to the first 2 levels. Okay? And then, so we got into this nice working relationship. Then again, that was done. We appointed consultants to take care of this training because, then what next? So by that time, the Green Revolution had started, the milk floods had begun, and the rural potential had started dawning in this country. It was a vast market and it was like another country, okay? Because there was such a distinct difference between the urban and the rural. Weavers reached there, but through their wholesale market. They had their bars, soap bars, with that and Lifebuoy, of course. So I made this proposal. Since I was somehow not being given a line function, I made this proposal and it was well accepted. So we got these couple of trucks or vans which could carry goods, and we started. I remember one of them, we went to this Gaya Shahabad district, full loaded, 6 in the morning, and we came back at 10 at night. And you know what we sold? It was only 140 rupees. It was 60,000 rupees worth of stocks in that, and 140. We went there, beautiful stores, clean shelves, but they said, no, go. You'll come when there is excess in the urban market and you dump us with it, and then you'll go away, we disappear. So that was how it was. But 6 months later, 4 trips after, we were selling anywhere between 25 to 30,000, and it climbed up to much more later. And main thing is, it created the pull in the wholesale market. Wholesale, we were selling 3,000 pair and sheep chawar then. We had no, we were not at all established in the wholesale. That was Lever's monopoly. We sold to little shops all around. But that jumped from 3,000 to 30,000 because of the creation of this demand which came from the rural market. Well, and they did innovate a lot of products. Those days there were no washing machines. They used to wash clothes with that soap batti. So here, Jet Cake was the first to be launched, like a batti, a detergent cake, which was much faster, it cleaned better. And that was launched by these people, Home Products. And I was the one, and this rural penetration helped to launch that product. It did very well, and I started then again wondering what next to do. In the meantime, I found that very often, though I had done 3 projects and it was about 6-7 years into the company, my younger colleagues who were boys were called for meetings with the managing director, but I was never called. There was an imperceptible differentiation happening. And a lot of people actually, this rural work was horrible. It was, in the sense it was tough, but it was very exciting as far as I was concerned because there was results happening. But it was not at all. So one product manager said, look here, we are not doing this. It was a man's job, to go and work like this into the market. You had to go into the truck, and those days we couldn't wear all this. We had to wear a sari to be differentiating ourselves as managers. But, so this is how it was, and I felt a little hurt. Why was this happening? Also, there was an imperceptible change in the way the company was operating. Initially, whatever they would ask me to recommend, and I would make of the vans, we then increased the vans from 3 to, I can't remember how many, but every time there were vans added, and depending on the recommendation, they continued. But then, suddenly I found we recommended, and I came back, and the one I had not recommended, that van was taken in, purchased. There was something happening, and we heard gossip. So I said, now maybe it's time for me to move on. I was seeing changes, and there were rumblings about going public. So I asked them, in that point of time, I asked them, the regional manager's job of the West who had fallen vacant. And I asked them, can I now, we have trained them, I have done that. Now I want to be probably demoted, but I want to have the regional manager's job because then I have an area, I have a territory. I wanted to test my skills as a leader. And unless there are people working under you, there is no question. I was just, again, actually working like an external consultant, everywhere. Immediately it was denied. And they said that, Sarabhai, in the Sarabhai company, no matter what it was, even their family members who were very well trained, a woman was never given a position of authority. That was it. That was the trigger. So, this is what happened. First job, it was a gender factor, but the company was changing, okay, and there was suddenly no opportunity of growth. And let me tell you what happened was, as I had foreseen, that the company went public, it insisted that every distributor and supplier and employees had to put their money into their shares, and after a year or 2 years, money was drained out and the company went into liquidation. Everybody had lost money. Well, this gentleman who was working with me as an entrepreneur, in the for that training center group, we had a nice working relationship. And I don't know why, I tried doing some things on my own for a while, but nothing really took off. So I asked him, can we think of something? And I must tell you, when I used to go to these stores, whether in the urban areas or in the rural areas, I used to be looking at these shelves, and I got so many products. If there was one product which was mine, I'd give my life. I just wanted to see that. It was in the back of my mind. So I asked him, can we think of something which is novel? I don't want a Me Too product, not another dead cake or something. I didn't want that. So he had just had a baby, and he had to get the unbreakable polycarbonate feeding bottle from UK because it was not available those days. There were only glass bottles. I don't know, many of you might have used our bottles also. It's that age group. And then I just said, that's fantastic because it was not available in this country. So I enjoyed doing the research. I found it had a machine which was not made here or not even available in this country. The raw material which was required had to be imported. So we found out where it was to be got, and it was Germany, USA, and Japan has just come up with everything. They were the cheapest, so we decided on that. Second, the raw material also from USA or Germany. I had always felt that German products were good, and anyway it was cheaper than coming from USA because of the distance traveled. So it was Germany. Then we needed money. So where to go for the money? We were just salaried people, and in those days we didn't earn very well. It was still very well compared to others, but still it was not adequate. So how to set up this business? So we thought of, by that time, the government had taken the initiative of encouraging entrepreneurs by MSFC, GSFC, Gujarat State Financial Corporation, and similar. So this person's friend was in GSFC in Vapi. Now Vapi was very close to the closest place in Gujarat, and Gujarat had a reputation of encouraging entrepreneurs. The rest of the country, it is not like this, what it was in those days. There was entrepreneurs or business people were really looked down on by the educated. They were the babus, including the bombs. So they didn't appreciate. You had to have a multinational job and you were respected. Okay, so it was my instinct which told me go to GSFC. Sure enough, that instinct worked. And then it took almost 9 months, but they did sanction the. Then what about seed capital? The money required was still much too much. But they said yes. They had started the scheme of promoting IITians as entrepreneurs. So they said people with technical qualification will be given seed capital at 1% interest. So I said, I come from, I'm English honors graduate. Okay, maybe the only one in IIM, but at least that time it was. And I said 90 out of 90, 85 are IITs, and still I am in that class. So I should be also eligible for this, which they agreed. This person who came up to be partnering with me was from social science course in TIS, yes. So he was not, neither was he was not into all this, but we had a good rapport in working together. So I went ahead and that was done. Then we thought of what will be the name of the product. Okay, I wanted something unique. So there were bottles which were ready molds were available, they were round shaped, which was all over. I said, no, let me go and develop a product which will be based on the feedback I got from the research I did with the mothers. So we had this pentagon shaped bottle. I'm sorry, but I've lost all that. Okay? And the person who has it, he was out of town. So it was a pentagon shaped bottle with a round top, conical shape, so the baby could hold on to it. But before we did that, I said, where should I do it? So I went to NID, National Institute of Design of IIT Powai. And there, Dr. Nankani, who was the principal of that center, was very forthcoming. I said, I can't pay your teachers to do this, so can you open up this, let the children, the students, design this, which they did, and it was really a superb product with the nipples. The nipple is the, which used to be very poor quality. It used to collapse. The baby would be drinking milk and they would complain that, either it would tear when the baby was teething or it couldn't suck because it didn't have strength. So that would be very upsetting for the child. So we created one with ribs on the side to give it strength and thickness. Those days, people didn't have money. So, we always cringed and saved everything. But we felt that, maybe we have fewer people, but we have a good product which people can afford. Then it came, okay, we had to create the company. And that was the first one. Suddenly, Mr. Partner says, look here, I'm on with you, but I'm bringing on board my beer buddy who was looking after the legal matters. He's a great friend and great fun. But I knew he was in the cabin next to me. He did more work. He was a good social person, but there was nothing happening. I said, no, how can I'm thinking that we are going to be working together and we'll be active workers. So we don't want any people who would be. So let me throw the question at you. You see, all the work was done by me, but with his help. He thought of this idea. He had his friend who he would always take care of the context factors. Oh, in the meantime, I also learned how to run the machine. A blow molding machine and an injection molding machine was available. So I learned each one because that time this machine had electronically controlled, which was not available. No machines were at that time. This is, I'm talking about 1980, 79, 80 is when I worked on it. So I wanted to know how to run the machine so that I was going to Japan to be trained on that machine. So if I didn't know how to operate a machine or what the parts were called. So here also 3 or 4 months I used to go in the evening and operate these machines. Now I'd like a discussion here. I came to this, what should I do now? Would anybody say what would you do in this state when he suddenly popped this thing that without him we don't go?
According to whatever I was listening, he was actually acting as a mentor to you, and he was kind of guiding you ahead. So he thought
Mentor is a big word. I think he was like a sounding board.
Something like that.
Mentor is somebody who guides, right? Okay.
He was just guiding you.
Yes.
So
no, he was a sounding board.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And he thought that without him you won't go ahead. So that's when he started to, he was putting his authority on you that without this, and he thought that you would be convinced with his decision as a working relationship with you.
What should I do? I wasn't happy
I
at all.
think you should have accepted the offer and you should have waited for the person to perform. And if it didn't perform, I think the original partner would have acted against it.
But he would already be a shareholder. You know, it's very difficult to get anybody out if he's a
That type
shareholder.
of negotiated shareholder giving him a major share or a controlling share would be should be out of option. You should have included him, but with a very lesser percentage of shares.
Maybe because he had helped in legal matters.
Nothing. There was no legal matter that was there.
I think you had investment. You would have made investment that time. So if he's getting in finance, I think that would have helped.
But he was as karka as we were. Or he appeared to be. He was well moneyed. Yeah.
So offering him.
But he was not going to give more than what was there.
I feel that you should have gone on your own because
Yes, yes.
the thing is that
Why do you
if
think I didn't go on my own? Why do you think I didn't? No, I think that he has a nice point. You know, yes.
because the progress is what motivates a person. So if now what had happened from the past story, I can tell that he was a type of guide to you, a type of assistant to you, but he did not completely trust you. But if you would have progressed much better, you would have got his trust more. Then he would have automatically once again come with you. That's what I feel.
I don't know, at that time, did you use any like that is intellectual property rights to at least if you had an idea, you sort of copy protect that idea? And because what is ultimately happening, probably you didn't go on your own because there are other people who are aware of that idea, strong people.
What was that idea? A feeding bottle was a feeding bottle.
Yeah,
We
but-
did register a brand name or whatever.
So at that point you were told that, I mean, this third person, whoever is there, will be coming on the board.
He never said. This guy said that without him, I don't come on board.
Ma'am, maybe
Any other women? I'd like to hear anyone. What would you think?
Ma'am, I think so you should have gone on rather than taking this option. If you would have said him that I can't take your friend, I think so then maybe he would have agreed to come along for the venture because the venture was a profitable one.
It seemed always.
Yeah.
So
So
start
if
it
you would
always
have
seems.
actually said no, maybe he then wanted to be associated with the product, then he would have come on.
Ma'am,
and maybe if you had
Just-
gone alone, if you had there are two perspectives out here. If you had agreed on this point, you would somewhere not be satisfied with your decision because he was not performing. The other person was not performing.
He was not in the way we were colleagues. He
So
didn't do much
he
at
didn't
all.
have the vision maybe that you had as you had done all the work. So maybe the vision shared by the other person won't be as strong as you. So if you had accepted him on the board, then
Why do you think this guy wanted another person?
Since you are a female and you wanted a friend on his side.
since you are a female.
Since you are a female, he wanted a friend on his side to support
On
that
his
one.
side, not because of a female.
Yeah.
He felt overpowered. Huh? What was it?
He felt that he lacked confidence in himself and also in this thing. It was just lack of
And
confidence.
why do you think I agreed to that? Girls have any idea? You know, you're probably our children's age, so you have had one generation who have had, however much we say we don't want to be Sita Savitri, we are a little, and sometimes we give it. Does it make sense?
The corporate setup at
Sense
that
of
time.
security, if you have some.
You know, also I liked working with people, I think, maybe. Yes, because I went ahead, okay? I went ahead with this idea. But what could have been the options? I could have said 50 you, 50 me, because I have, that was the, and then you would share it with as many people as you want. Because that way, if I had 51 and 49, it is much better, okay? And I had access and I was much more forthcoming with my part of the money, whereas they had more problem raising their funds. I had jewelry which my parents gave me, so I could, which is what I did. I mortgaged that to get my part of the funds, but they didn't. Or this third person had money, but he didn't. Okay, so what I did was go along. But what I did, which was worse, is that I agreed to share, because at that time, also I don't know whether I'm making this sort of giving a rosy picture to this person who I'm no longer that person. She was much younger than me at different time. But whether, she felt that it should be all equal, democracy, I come from Kolkata, all this equality, etc. So it should be that way, because he insisted. My only objection to this person was to his being he didn't enjoy working. So I didn't, but he insisted that he works. He will work, because they had a small venture on the side where he had worked along. So he said he doesn't find this job interesting, that's why he doesn't work, but when he has to work, he will work. Well, that was the first topic. Anyhow, then we continued, we founded the company, I went, got the machine from Japan, then, that was a license route, so you had to get so many import licenses, and everything. You would think the lawyer would do all this thing, not a single thing did he. I think maybe he registered the company, that also I got a friend, his memorandum and it was a private limited company, so memorandum and articles of association got everything done through this common friend, through this friend of mine who was in business. So we went and also we did a research to find out what the name should be. So we had 10 names, and out of that we selected we did a research and found the name Mother's Touch was one which was mostly associated with a baby bottle. But the recall was very poor. So with this understanding, I went to advertising agency, which was Contract, which had just started. And Mohammed Khan, I don't know if you know him, he's a great creative director, was the creative director there. And Sam Balsara, who now runs this huge enterprise called Madison Advertising, he was the accounts executive on this. So we got really good people, and he came out with this phenomenal campaign, which was, since we had very little money, he suggested double spread ads, okay, and to use the money up front within the first 3 months. Now, what about distribution? So we went to Herbert's, it was that time Vijay Malia's father used to be running it. They were taking on agency, they saw the product and they immediately, the packaging was also, we had worked on the packaging. By that time we had got the molds made in Japan, we got the first prototypes. The packaging, we went to somebody who was the best packaging expert, and he made a very unique packaging which was in yellow and red, and it really stood out very well on the shelves. So with this, Herbertsons immediately agreed, and they were so excited. They said, we go all out and put it everywhere on all the shelves overnight. So I gave a very good presentation of all that we had, and they wanted to do that. Okay, for that, the advertising, we got, I think it was the first time this International Clio Award was won by an Indian agency. I don't remember whether it was the first one or the second, but it was very much the first year they had thing. And it was I'm sorry, but I still don't have the ads. And it was really very beautiful. what he did, those days it was thought, and Joyanta will tell us, that you have to have very short, pithy phrases. The headline had to be. Here he did something completely different. There was this mother, and stretched out on a couch with a baby who had just stopped crying. And it said, I think that's the one which got the award here. When the cries of a baby suddenly turn into smiles by the warm, gentle hug of a mother, as if by sheer magic, it's called Mother's Touch. Okay? And then there was the Mother's Touch logo with the bottle. It was a 3-ad campaign. The second ad, which got the Advertising Club Award, was a mother on a bed with a baby just in his nappy, okay, and bare body, because that's where they look most vulnerable. And the mother just looking with bleary eyes at the child. When a tired, sleepless mother sits up half the night with a smile on her face, it's called Mother's Touch. So he was re-establishing this Mother's Touch, which was poor recall. He was emphasizing this with the product. And the third one was equally good. You had the mother and the baby on top of a staircase saying, when 2 hours have passed, the whole house has become a dining room. Mother hasn't finished yet, and mother hasn't given up, baby hasn't finished yet. It's called Mother's Touch. I think many of you will recall this happening to you when you all were kids. Huh? Even now, mother must be saying, why aren't you eating up all of it? So that it was this incredible ability to bring out, okay. And also, remember, that was the time when the first nuclear family was happening. The mother had become a homemaker, and there was not any credit given to the mother for the work of giving birth and nurturing the child. She was supposed, that was her duty. She had to do it. Nobody. This ad glorified the mother and the trouble she took to take care of the child. I think that was what was that was, I remember, the brief to Mohammed that we gave. We got this award. It was fantastic. Okay? We had very little money, so we bought 1 ton of polycarbonate, which was hardly needed, and we thought it will run for 2 months, 3 months inventory. We put it up, and within 2 weeks, we are out of, we are out of bottles. So what happened? We went to, those days was licensed Raj. So we had to get the license to import, we had to open an LC, banks didn't give you across the table, you had to go through many formalities, you had to put the money in, and we were short of money, but Herbertsons gave us they were very quick with their money. So that was something. Then we had to open the LC. Those days it took much longer. Now it takes 10 days turnaround time. Those days it took 4 weeks, plus 2 weeks you had to hassle with customs officers here to get the goods out. It was a continuous plant. So when we started putting it in, another 3 weeks went because to ramp up supplies. Here, advertising was blaring away and there was no product, so pent up demand, anger. And here came Mr. Murli Deora with his bottle called Littles. Alright? And just walked in to the shelves. This is something which we must remember. There was a little arrogance in us of this being the first mover and had this enormous arrogance or just high. Sometimes you're just high, I don't know what it is. But when there is an idea coming, we might be the first one. You must remember that there are n number of people thinking about it. So you have to be sure there's somebody already at your heels. Okay? So you have to make sure And this happens, the day you walk out of this, you're out into the world, you'll know there will be people in front, people at the back, people on the side. That's the real world. Okay? Here it's all hunky-dory still, alright? But that's the world. So this was not, I knew they were coming, because they bought the machine from the same people. But this is what had happened. So what should we have done? Now just looking back, what should we have done? I would be very happy. We made a lot of mistakes, as you will see. That's why it's a failed entrepreneur so far. But I thought when he asked me to make this, there's always success stories, and it seemed such a rosy world. But the statistics say so many people have failed, and I thought the one capital I had now is this experience of these years, and can I share it with you and hopefully with many more of such things, because it took me, he told me, I don't know when, September, October, and writing down, I almost had a nervous breakdown, because you can imagine things are so obvious now, but it wasn't. So can we think of not what to do which will give success, what we should not do, so that we don't make the same mistakes. That is why I want you to be more involved. Can you tell me, can you see what were the other options that I had with me at that point? Can anybody?
Because you know that your competitors were coming, you could have concentrated more on the supply part, because
But we had very little money. So what would we do?
Haven't you done your forecasting or something?
Yes, we forecast. That's the next mistake. I'll come to that.
Market research was suddenly ran out of stocks. You should have had some.
Anybody has any ideas?
on public.
Where is public those days? We're struggling to sort of.
Maybe a phased out advertising approach, because you were.
Yes, you're closer to what I. Anybody else with some suggestions? Have you heard about test marketing? Have you studied? Yes. Couldn't we have told Hubbardson not to be so excited? Okay. Why couldn't we test market? I had got that experience, but I just got swayed with these people. Actually, I was the one who was interfacing, and the blame is actually squarely on my shoulders. But couldn't we have said we test marketed, we knew what it was, but I was always wanting to go and become, go ahead with everything, and I went along with them. So if we had test marketed, we knew. And actually, that product that went off into was actually filling up the pipeline, because there was no products in the pipeline. So it was the first of its kind.
But you are aware that your competitors are already coming up with a product. So
Who was thinking of our competitors? Murli Deora is not this big guy that he was now. He was just a man in the, plastic maker of a lot of money with buckets. He didn't have, my experience of distribution, and he was not an IIM person, He wasn't much. So forget the competitor. We have to focus on mother's touch. What else?
I feel that as soon as the 1/4 stock was left, I think so you should have started on the process of buying another.
But still, it
Yes, we did, but I told you how long it did. How long it took. Everything took so much time.
That's what I feel must be forecasted. That the time
No, I
was
think we
changed.
should have test marketed. And if we didn't do, the second is that you had to be, again, there was a lack of vigilance. There was a lack of, I was just going away with the story of, the height of making such a, everybody said, great advertising, great thing. I got really lost my feet. I was off flying. But why didn't I think about this? Because we were just hoping, that the money will come, the material will come.
You told you started with a stock of 2 months, approximately.
We thought it would last.
Yeah, it will last. But you are also aware that it will take at least 6 weeks to get the new thing in, new raw material in. So why did you think about it earlier? We just have 2 months of the raw material with us. Why not have more? Why not have 4 months or 5 months or 6
Yes,
months
we
of raw
were to
material?
the last penny we had to invest. पैसा का problem था.
But ma'am,
We
when
did-
you sold off the money, would have got the returns, right? So
But at that point,
Time lapse.
Maybe what she's talking about in that, Lisa, you probably hit the